But over in the morning this morning, family, the Most High began to speak to me. He said consistency. Consistency. Praise the Most High. And in our consistency, family, that what that means is we're showing up. Hallelujah. You showing up. And see, a lot of times it's not about a whole lot of talking that you must do. A lot of times it's just you showing up. Hallelujah. And making your presence known. I said a lot of times, but you do need to open your mouth and let folks know where you're coming from. Or let folks know who you're coming from. Praise the Most High. Thank you, Pop. I mean, none of us can take the credit for what he's doing in our lives, his part, which is the major part. But just like he told me when I was in the hospital and them doctors kept coming back to me talking about we need to try this new drug or we need to try this new procedure. And let me show you that. I had a stroke in 2016 and had to go through a brain procedure to remove blood clots, which they sent a probe and a camera and a squirt gun with a vacuum on the end up through my body, through my thigh, up through my body, on through my heart, over this side of my body and into the back of my brain, squirted the blood clot and sucked it all out at one time. And then I had to have an open heart surgery right after that because I believe they damaged my heart valve when they went in through it. And they had to replace that left heart valve. And then they figured out that I still had blood clots in my left leg because my heart flow wasn't correct. My blood pressure was off still. And they went in and did 3 surgeries on my left leg, fishing out blood clots. And because of the blood flow restriction to that left foot, I had to have 3 toes amputated. But he told me back then, because I was complaining, well, he told me a month and 3 weeks before that, he said, Robert, you're about to see some things that's really going to shake your faith. But no matter what you see, don't take your eyes off me, because I'll never leave you or forsake you. Now go warn your wife. And family, I told my wife that same thing he told me, them few words, for about, well, it was a month and 3 weeks. And then a day or so after that, I stroked out. Ended up in the hospital. They was doing all kinds of tests and operations on me, like I said, procedures. And I started complaining. I said, Pop, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of them steady coming to me with this wrong with me, that wrong with me. They need to do this. They need to do that. They need to do the other. I'm tired now. I'm tired. He said, well, ho, Robert. What did I tell you a month? And no, I think he said, what did I tell you before? And instantly in my heart, I knew what he was talking about. You said you would never leave me or forsake me. That I was about to see some things that was really going to shake my faith. And but you would never leave me or forsake me. He said, that's right. Now, have you noticed that every time this pops up or every time something pops up, we knock it down. And every time something else pops up, we knock that down too. I said, yes, sir, but you doing all the heavy lifting. See, this is the live conversation going on with me and him. I said, you doing all the heavy lifting? I ain't doing no work. He said, Robert, that's not so. Because without you believing in me, I couldn't do nothing for you. Without your trust and belief in my word or what I told you, see, me not taking my eyes off him was me not taking my eyes off that word he gave me, that he'll never leave me or forsake me. See, everything else going on, family, in our lives mean nothing. It's all about what that word he spoke into our hearts that season. And that really changed my relationship with him, because just like he whispered in my ear the other day, he was like, "Do you remember what I told you back in that season in 2016? Do you think that was just for that season or for that hospital visit?" I said, "No, sir." But then in June of last year, I was out doing a job and somehow I injured my elbow. And it was just hurting. But I kept on working. I went to work the next day and I was dizzy, feverish. The job that should have took 20 to 30 minutes took 2 hours. I was trying to put a baby crib together, which anybody would say that's hard to do, but not for me. I could do it with my eyes closed, really. I'm being facetious. I couldn't do it with my eyes closed, but I can almost do it with my eyes closed after I read the instructions and put all the parts in place. But praise the Most High, family. I finally finished and made it home safely, praise the Most High. But I went in the house and evidently I cut the air conditioner on high and went in the bathroom and pissed all over the toilet and stripped all my clothes off in the bathroom. Because my wife came home from work, which she never does. And in between her jobs, she does a part-time. And she came home for a change. And it wasn't nothing but the Most High. And she went into the bathroom. I think she was coming to get a snack and to use the restroom. She said, "Robert Holloway, why is all this? Why have you pissed on the toilet? And why are your clothes on the floor? And what you got the air conditioner on high for?" Knowing I don't like the air, I cut the ceiling fan on if I'm warm. Every now and again, I cut the air on to cool the apartment down. But she knew something was wrong. She said, "What is wrong with you?" She came in the room and was like, I said, "I don't feel good." She came and started doing her doctoring, grabbed my forehead. She said, "Robert, you burning up. I'm gonna call the ambulance." I said, "I'm all right." See, family, after what I went through in 2016, I didn't want no more hospitals, no more ambulances. I ain't want nothing else to do with them. But she won't listen, and she called. The next thing I know, there they is asking me questions. And like I said, that was the second open heart surgery I had because the infection, my elbow got infected, and it went straight to that heart valve and infected it. So the Most High had to give me another word for that season, because I was like, he said, "You better come holler at me. You need another word." I said, "Really, Pop? I don't think there can be a stronger word than what you gave me, that you will never leave me or forsake me." He was like, "You better come holler at me." And I did, and it was much needed, because this last surgery seemed as if it was worse than all of what I went through before, because they had to do extra. They put 3 holes in my stomach to put in plugs, or what you call them things? Pipes, about that thick. Rubber clear pipes. And them things hurt when they took them out. I say it felt like somebody shooting you in, but they was pulling it out, snatching it out. And I don't know how it feels to be shot, but I can imagine that was close. So that was the worst pain I felt, because it was like it was all inside. It's like she was jerking my insides around and pulling them out with it. But praise the Most High. But it's all about consistency, family.